We acknowledge the Tasmanian Aboriginal people as the traditional owners of the land on which we meet. We also acknowledge the 5 Aboriginal nations that walk the areas of our association clubs and pay our respects to our past and present and to those here with us today. Now I hand over for the national anthem to be performed by John Morgan. Australians, oh let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts, all beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strength then let us sing, advance Australia fair. Thank you very much, John. Now I'm now joined by the head of AFL Tasmania, Daniel Gill, who will invite the two captains up to toss the coin.
Hello and welcome to UTAS Stadium Women's All-Star Series for season 2022. About to get underway between the SFL and the NTFA. Head of AFL Tasmania, Damien Gill, tosses the coin. And it's going to be the SFL kicking to the left-hand side of your screen. My name is Anthony Osborne, alongside me, David Moore. Maury, fantastic to have you on board the stream today, mate. This promises to be a fantastic game in what's really been a fantastic day of football so far.
Yes, mate, 2 close contests so far, and one going to the SFL and one going to the NTFA. So, it should be another interesting one here. It's the second year of the Tri-Series.
Absolutely, it's a fantastic initiative and really provides the opportunity for the best of the best to test themselves against one another. And I think there's always a little bit of, in-state rivalry and regional reputation that's on the line as well. So certainly expecting these two teams to go hell for leather. And I guess both of these teams really have a job to do this year after it was the Northwest that reigned supreme in season 2021. So really looking forward to this contest.
Absolutely, and we'll see the Northwest in action, of course, on Monday.
Certainly will, yeah. It's a quick turnaround. The NTFA playing over at Invermay Park just across the road against the NWFL on Monday, and then next weekend the South make the trip up to Girdleston Park at East Devonport to take on the NWFL. So we're looking at the list just before, Dave. We're chatting off air that there's really a lot of stars across the field. We really have a plethora of dynamic players on offer today.
Absolutely, and a lot of players that were playing when the TSLW was happening, and have since gone back to the regional competitions and are massive players in their clubs. So they'll know each other fairly well, those playing with and against each other. So there's going to be some great matchups. So I'm really looking forward to it. Absolutely.
So it looks like Ellie Fleming will be in the ruck to kick things off for the SFL. A player who's really shot to prominence so far this season. I'll take the opening bounce, Dave, and we'll go from there as the umpire throws the ball up, and it's going to be a hot start nice and early. Just keen to see which side's able to adjust to the tempo the quickest and settle things down. NTFA merging with the football. The handball there from Brouard. Coming out to the broadcast side of the ground. Players everywhere at the moment. You can see the tackle intensity from the SFL. Expecting lots of that early, Dave. Lots of attacking content, particularly against the player, to really show that both teams mean business. Tap down. Fleming wins it down on that occasion against Townsend. Merging with the football, there was Baldwin, kicks it to the middle of the ground. Sweeping on the football was McKinnell. Dishes the handball out wide. NTFA now in attacking position, kicking the ball over the back there. The opportunity might be for Cuthbertson. Runs into goal, but just misses to the left-hand side. So, quick start to this one. NTFA with the first minor score of the day.
And the breeze is funny today, Anthony. You've seen the other two games. It seems to be blowing across the ground, so no real advantage to either team. As the SFL kick out from full back, take their full measure. A good read on the wind here. Holds up a little bit in the breeze. Over the back, Fleming has the big spoil. Tested ball on the ground. Good work there from Gemma Blair. Now it comes out to Cuthbertson again. Second opportunity. Kicks towards the hot spot. Doing well there for the SFL's Rachel Duffy, the skipper. Falls over, has to release the ball. Does so now to Chelsea Thomas, who kicks into the centre of UTAS Stadium and finds a target there in Mackenzie Williams from North Hobart Footy Club. She goes wide and finds a teammate on the railway wing. It's Chelsea Thomas again, second involvement. She kicks further up towards centre wing. Possession taken, that's a strong tackle, and that's holding the ball. Free kick to the NTFA.
So the NTFA look to relaunch and go inside 50. Kick towards half forward. Dwogo is going to be first to the football for the SFL, unable to take it cleanly, but does really well to halve the contest. It turned into a 2-on-1. She's able to trap the ball in and we'll have a stoppage railway side of the ground. So Fleming and Townsend in the ruck's going to be a fascinating battle. Dave, Ellie Fleming's really shot to prominence this year for Glenorchy. She might have spent a bit of time at Dodgers Ferry prior to that as well. Dwogo merges with the football. Dishes the handball out wide looking for Thomas. Thomas met heavily by McKinnell. Umpire's whistle. It's going to be a free kick going the way of Chelsea Thomas, who's been busy early. Player has spent quite a bit of time with the Devils this year. Chelsea Thomas kicks it down the line, looking for a target. It's going to roll towards the boundary line, over and out. So two teams just trying to fill their way into this game at the moment. Certainly the tackle intensity and the pressures right up early on.
Deanne Taylor involved there towards that contest, and she spent some time with North Melbourne in the VFLW. So, of course, we've got the out of bounds between the arcs, free kicks, Anthony.
That's right, Dave, yeah.
Kick inside 50. Contest there. SFL, Georgia Bailey couldn't pick it up, one of the leading goal scorers in the SFLW. Now she somehow gets it out, still on the ground. Snap for goal here by Tarn Ford. Just spills out to the right-hand side. In fact, it's out of bounds on the full. Relieving free kick to the NTFA. Yeah,
Tarn Ford really live wire inside 50 for them, Dave. She's the sort of player that I think can really carry a team on her back. If she's up and about, I think the SFL will be firing on all cylinders.
Taisha Hines from Georgetown will take the free kick in the back pocket. No one really on for the switch, so the down-the-line long kick is going to be the option here, no doubt. Runs a full measure. Low kick, not penetrating. Still a chance for the SFL here. In there was Michaela Binns for NTFA. Now it's picked up. Tackle laid. And a free kick there against the NTFA player for holding the ball. So relieving free kick for the SFL inside 50. And that's a mark. Taken there by number 29, Mackenzie Williams. Strong mark, Anthony.
Yeah, I know Mackenzie Williams. There's a lot of hype about her as a player, Dave. And it was a just quick ball in from Eggers that Mackenzie Williams read better than anyone else.
So Mackenzie Williams, she's about 20 out, left of centre for the first goal of the game. Makes no mistake. And the SFL are on the board. 1 goal straight, 6. NTFA 1 behind 1 point. So NTFA failing to clear the area there, Anthony, when they had the opportunity in SFL, a rebound entry, goal.
Absolutely, and yeah, it was just that quick kick inside 50 from Eggers that was to the favour of Williams, who, yeah, as I said before, just read the ball better than anyone else and took a really strong grab and made no mistake with the set shot. So a good start for the SFL, particularly because the NTFA looked to have a couple of early entries. They've been able to get the first goal on the scoreboard for the afternoon, so just probably a nice little nerve settler for the team to begin with.
Yeah, Chantel Eggers, the only rep, I think, from Huonville, playing in the team this afternoon.
Back in the middle of the ground, Townsend wins the tap down. NTFA looking to clear this football. Around the stoppage there was Bourne. Umpire will come in and take it once again. Umpire quickly throws the ball up. Townsend just won that tap down, but Fleming's going to do the roving, unable to get the kick away cleanly. Nice little movement through traffic. The NTFA move the ball towards half forward. Thomas is coming quickly for the tackle. They're able to shirk away from the tackle. There was Georgia Nicholas. Goal on the way. It's through. Fantastic finish from Georgia Nicholas on the run. She had Chelsea Thomas nipping at her heels, but she just put on the little bit of extra pace at the end, got herself into some room and made no mistake on the run.
To watch, great to see these players playing an arena like UTAS Stadium. Just with the space, they can get the ball, they can back themselves. And that's exactly what young Nicholas did just then. And I think she spent some time also with North Melbourne of recent times. So 1 goal apiece, 1-1-7 NTFA SFL, 1 goal straight 6. Good crowd in here today. Had 2 fantastic contests. We'll give you the scores of those in a little while. Picking up for the NTFA there is Gemma Blair, who's been pretty influential already. Her kick to the back end of the square. Handball here, looking forward. Gringless, she can't pick it up. NTFA again going forward. Contested ball here at half forward. Odwogo's got it. She's tackled from behind. Loose ball. Plenty of numbers though for the SFL. Chantel Eggers again involved. She kicks the centre of the ground. Attempted kick there from Hines. She missed it altogether. Mopping up here is Kelsey Hill. She can't pick it up. Little handball comes there from Marley Bevan. Now the kick inside 50. It's a 2-on-2 contest. Who can win this one? Doing well there is Georgia Hill from Launceston. She traces it towards the goal square. Releases it. Now a chance here for Williams. She's tackled to a standstill. Can't release it, and she's penalised for holding the ball. So free kick NTFA.
Yeah, the NTFA have done well to halve that. I reckon if it's a one-on-one with Stacey Fox running towards the goal square, Dave, I'd be very fearful as an opposition defender. Stacey Fox in some really good form for Signet, but the NTFA have done well there. Might come back with interest, though. It's just flirting with the boundary line, eventually over and out for a throw-in. So 1-1-7, the NTFA lead the SFL 1-6 after 7.5 minutes here at UTAS Stadium. As you mentioned, Dave, a magnificent surface, a nice wide open ground, and it's going to give those who are fleet of foot plenty of opportunities to showcase their talents. Bourne involved there for the NTFA, tied up against the boundary line. Handball goes over, a really strong tackle laid though on that occasion by Bonnie Gringlas from University.
Should mention to our viewers, Anthony, that even though it's divisional football, SFL and NTFA, anyone from any division can make this team.
That's right. Yes, the majority of the teams have been made up by the Premier Division or Division 1 in the south. But Stacey Fox is a perfect example of someone playing Division 2 football who's really been dominating throughout the season, as there's a free kick being paid for holding, and have really just earned their spot in this team through sheer weight of performance.
Zoe Bourne at half back, kicks close to the boundary line. In front there was Emma Attard, spills out of bounds. Zoe Bourne played a bit with North Launceston when they had the TSLW team. One of the key players in that lineup. So scores today, NTFA 8-8-56 defeated SFL 5-4-34. That was under 20s women?
Under 20 women,
under 20,
yeah, that's right.
And in the previous game in the under 18 boys, it was the SFL 12-7-79 to the NTFA 9-5-59. Here's a chance now for the SFL. There might have been a high tackle there on Bevan. Umpire Isaac Fry right on the spot. So Bevan, that's a nice pass inside 50, but it just falls a little bit short. Chance, spins, shoots there for goal, was turned forward, looking dangerous. Into the pocket. There's Georgie Bailey. She wins the contest, snaps for goal. Georgie Bailey just off to the right, one behind. And scores a level 1-1-7 apiece. So frenetic action, a nice open game, not too many stoppages so far. We're playing 16 minutes flat here today, so we're about 9.5 minutes into the first quarter. As Hines, once again, Taisha Hines, kicks to defensive 50. Picking up there was Lauren Johnson, releases the handball, holding the ball there against that NTFA player in Michaela Binns. So kicking inside 50 now is Barwick to a contest, and we've got free kick in that marking contest. It's going to go the SFL's way, and it's going to go to Georgie Bailey from Kingborough, who's been lively so far. She's looked dangerous in attack, and just a bit of a holding free kick there in that marking contest against Taisha Hines. So relatively straightforward shot, you'd think. 45-degree angle, just 15 out. Chance to kick the SFL's second goal and to get out by 6 points. No mistake there. Georgie Bailey has kicked the goal. She's the leading goal kicker in the SFLW at the moment, and she's kicked her first for the afternoon here today. 2-1-13 SFL, NTFA 1-1-7.
Yeah, fantastic to see Georgie Bailey hit the scoreboard. The Kingborough Footy Club have really come on in leaps and bounds with their women's program in recent years, Dave. They're showing some really great development and have put together a really impressive list. Good to see Bailey hit the scoreboard for the first time today. So 2-1-13 the SFL, lead the NTFA 1-1-7. As you mentioned, Dave, 16-minute quarters, so it's been an intriguing start to this game so far. NTFA has certainly been issued a challenge here from the SFL. Fleming taps it down on the second occasion. Trying to run through there was McKinnell. She's met by a couple of players, not McKinnell, I should say. It was actually Dion Taylor. Free kick going the way of the SFL.
A bit stiff there because she kept the hands free, but anyway.
Baldwin chips the ball to half forward now for the SFL. Probing ball. Mackenzie Ford at ground level. Coming in as well, Lauren Johnston from the South East Suns, but the umpire will take it once again. So was also fantastic, as you said before, Dave, to see the under-20 women's contest. A lot of players who will no doubt be part of this series moving forward this morning as well. Tap down there, creates an opportunity, but out in front, the mark's taken. NTFA forced to do a little bit of defending in recent moments. They bring the ball out of defensive 50. A couple of players fly, but a strong grab taken there by Sophie Townsend. She's going to have a big job to do this afternoon as the Meander Valley Sun kicks the ball out wide. McKinnell was the target. Odwogo may have infringed, and that's where umpire views it. Free kick going the way of McKinnell, who was a real focal point for North Launceston back in the TSLW a few years ago. Kick down the line there. Mark not quite taken. Emerging with the football there was Marmion. Odwogo has had her hands on the football quite a bit early on. Kicks the ball towards half forward. It sets a bit of a task for a teammate there in Fox. NTFA players come in for reinforcements. Good defensive pressure there from Mackenzie Williams. She's going to swoop on the football. Goes by hand to bring it inside 50. The target there was Eggers. Eggers eventually traps it under a spell. Kicks it towards goal, and the mark's taken. Excellent ball movement there from the SFL, and able to capitalise on a mistake and create a scoring opportunity.
Yeah, she just lost contact with her opponent there, did Bailey. She got a 10-metre break, and that was it.
So Bailey looking for second goal of the day. No mistake at all. The SFL, they're off to a good start. 3-1-19, leading the NTFA 1-1-7.
Anthony, just making sure you're doing goal kickers, because I haven't been.
No worries at all, Dave. I'll be across it.
You're onto it. That's great. Yeah, look, great play there from the SFL. Great vision. As I said, Bailey just made that break off her opponent, and the vision was there to get it to her, and then she took an uncontested mark, just 15-20 out. They're just getting on top in the last few minutes. They've had the more entries inside 50. They're winning the clearances pretty well out of the centre. So NTFA need to consolidate here. There's still 3 minutes left of this first quarter. They trail now by a couple of goals. So centre contest. Fleming up against Moringa. Contested ball picked up here by Deanne Taylor. And she's tackled, so it'll be a ball up. Attacking side of the centre for the NTFA. Out it comes. Taken there, little handball by Gemma Blair, who's had a few possessions so far. Picked up. Little handball and an ineffective kick there to Amy Sharp. Now some space here. Vanessa Del Pero from Clarence involved. And TFA, though, streaming out of defence. Here's a chance for them. Getting a hand in there nicely was Deanne Taylor. Gets the handball away. Here they go through Cuthbertson. Inside 50. 1-on-1 contest, 20 out. Nice ball there coming from Rachel Duffy, the skipper. And TFA now in possession. Taken there by Jenna Griffiths. Swinging shot for goal offline. Will just spill out of bounds near the right behind post.
See Deanne Taylor involved in that build-up, Dave. She's going to be an integral player. She's been such a star of Tasmanian football for a number of years now. You can also see in that previous contest, Abby Green injected into the contest in the ruck. So we'll keep an eye on that matchup against Fleming as the afternoon progresses. On that occasion, met by a brick wall. North NTFA, I should say, just trying to surge the ball forward. The umpire will take it back once again. Good intensity being shown by both sides, as you'd expect. Representative football, UTAS Stadium, beautiful day. Ball's tapped down. Umpire's whistle, though. Free kick going the way of the SFL. Ball will be taken by Elise Barwick. No, it will actually be taken by Ellie Fleming. He dishes it off to Elise Barwick. Barwick out of defensive 50. Kicks to the wing. Players fly from everywhere. Fox almost takes the grab. She does. That is what Stacey Fox can do. Provides them with an outlet down the line. Took a really strong grab. Kicks into the middle of the ground. Fleming unable to trap the football. Clever little kick on there by the NTFA player in Blair. Created the opportunity, but it's just a pinballing ball around the middle of UTAS Stadium at the moment. Eventually gets out to half forward for the SFL, but it's all NTFA on this broadcast side of the ground. Nice little ball movement. They're going to kick the ball towards half forward now, the NTFA. The pack forms, back of the pack, and met strongly with Zoe Bourne. A brilliant tackle from Rachel Archer, vice-captain of the SFL. It's going to be a hot football. Eventually emerging with it, though, for the NTFA is Brewer. Kicks it to a dangerous spot. A big position now for the NTFA for a scoring opportunity. Defending valiantly, but the siren sounds and a frenetic finish to that opening term. Dave Moore, the SFL, 3-1-19, lead the NTFA 1-1-7.
Yes, Anthony, look, I thought it was a pretty even start to the quarter. But in the SFL's, their ability to get the ball forward and look dangerous inside that attacking 50. And we talked there about Georgie Bailey getting loose there a couple of times, a free kick in a marking contest, and then just slipped her opponent, got some distance, and then converted a second goal. So they're just looking a little bit more dangerous up forward, and they're defending quite stoutly. However, the NTFA, it's only a couple of goals. They've got some busy players around the ball. I mentioned Gemma Blair, Zoe Bourne. So they're getting enough of it, but they're just not sort of getting the quality forward entries they need at this stage.
Yeah, they've certainly created some opportunities, and that last build-up there was looking really threatening as well. SFL potentially just saved by the siren. We'll quickly run through the goal kickers and take a short break for quarter time. Georgie Bailey has 2 for the SFL, Mackenzie Williams with 1, while we have Georgia Nicholas, the lone goal kicker so far for the NTFA, with a lovely finish on the run. So quarter time here, Women's All-Star Series, game between the SFL and the NTFA. It's the SFL leading 3-1-19 to 1-1-7. We'll take a short break. Second quarter action coming up next.
Welcome back to UTAS Stadium, quarter number 2 of our clash here. Our intrastate clash this afternoon between the NTFA and the SFL in the women's competition. And it's SFL 3-1-19, the leading NTFA 1-1-7. Goal kickers 2 to Georgia Bailey and 1 for Mackenzie Williams for the SFL. And the goal scorer for the NTFA is Georgia Nicholas. Umpire Isaac Fry holds the ball up and throws it up for the start of the second quarter. Here with Dave Moore and Anthony Osborne here this afternoon. And a quick takeaway here from the centre by Hayley Brouard. Dangerous tap over there by Abby Green to advantage. No one can pick it up. SFL player dives on top of her opponent. And we're about 40 metres out from the NTFA goal. So they've got the first inside 50, the first clearance. Up it goes. Abby Green, nice tap out. Can't find an on-baller. The rolling Moore flows the ball. Deep inside 50 here for the NTFA. Strong tackling. The ball does emerge from the side of that contest. Little handball away. Abby Green again. Handball sideways. Finds Gemma Blair. She tries to find a teammate in Cuthbertson, but it spills out of bounds. So no scores yet through the first minute of the action here. I'll keep going, Anthony, because I think that's your blind spot there, isn't it?
I'm a little infringed there with the stadium, but that's all right. No worries, Dave. You're all over it.
Boundary throw in. Great to see our officials here today. Something quite young, and it's a real great experience to be on this arena. Abby Green taps it to space. Picking it up there was Hayley Baldwin. Here they go now out of the side of defence. Great dash. Kick to the middle of the ground, but it's going to come straight back again. Gets Michaela Binns back there for the NTFA.
Great bounce there from Talia Powell off half back, but it's going to come back the way of the NTFA. Competing well there for the NTFA was Maggie Cuthbertson. Priscilla Rodwogo is going to be first to the football, right up against the boundary line. They eventually keep the ball in. Bourne, handballs over the top in the green direction. Green taken in a really strong tackle. Good physical stuff there from the SFL. A probing ball there from Cuthbertson to a dangerous spot. The mark's not taken. Quickly around the corner there. Going to be a bit of a foot race to the opposing pocket. And eventually rolls over and out for a throw in. So that tackle on Abby Green, that probably encapsulates the defensive pressure of this SFL side early, Dave.
Absolutely. They've been really strong in the physical part of the game. So boundary throw in. Front position there was Rachel Duffy. She wins the tap. Working hard there, Mackenzie Ford in the blue helmet. Still a chance here for the SFL to clear it underneath the scoreboard in the railway wing side of the ground. But another stoppage. A little bit of scrambly play here. We had a really open first quarter. Not too many stoppages at all, but it's a little bit of pressure footy here. Inside attacking 50 for the NTFA. Chance here. Dispossessed. And the player there, that was Jenna Griffiths, caught with the ball. She'll be penalised, and the SFL will relieve from half-back.
So the SFL bring it out of defensive 50. NTFA favouring that contest though, and the mark's taken. A strong grab in the end there. They'll look to bring the ball back inside 50 through Taylor. Odwogo, really good bodywork from Priscilla Odwogo. She's been everywhere early on in this contest and takes a really strong grab. Great work from Odwogo. She looks to switch the football to the opposing pocket. Good mark taken overhead as well there by Ella Wagner for Glenorchy Footy Club. Wagner quick to move the ball on. A couple of players fly, but it's the NTFA at ground level. Are able to initially get out of a bit of trouble, but the trouble does eventually come from the SFL. The handball link up there is good though. It links up with Radford. Radford's kick goes towards half forward now for the NTFA, competing well. There was Ford, who lays a really strong tackle. Mackenzie Ford, who's shown a bit of everything so far, Dave. A bit of run off half back, but also some good tackle pressure.
It's a great dash before in the first minute or so of this quarter. Hit out, falls to Ford. Handball away there to number 35 in Steph Griffiths. And TFA, though, go back towards half forward. Leading out and marking, that's Georgia Hill. In fact, it's Abby Green, I beg your pardon. Abby Green, experienced player, kicks to the pocket. Chance here for the NTFA. Bounce eludes, falls there to Duffy. She kicks out of defence here looking for Ford, who gets it on the bounce. Handball to a teammate, streaming past. Great running footy here from the SFL. Can they capitalise? Chopped off though by Kelsey Hill. Gives it over to Georgia Hill. So the two Hills combined. They might muck it up here though as it spills out. SFL player working hard there with Stacey Fox. And she'll get a free kick. Holding. Fox now, couple of kicks out from goal. High kick, one-on-one contest. There she is again, Bailey, spoilt this time. April Crooks mops up, and she gets around an opponent very skillfully, puts the ball on the ground. She'll relieve for the NTFA.
Really good work there from April Crooks, able to get the ball out of defensive 50. A clever little tap on there, though, from the SFL to keep it in play. First to the football here is likely to be Wagner. She's just able to trap the ball under a spell. She can't quite do that. The reinforcements come in. I think Wagner is going to be rewarded with a free kick after being held, and that's what she'll do. So Ella Wagner, railway side of the ground, kicks it down the wing, unable to quite get her intended target. Scrappy ball here, just in front of the boundary line. Opposing side to us in the broadcast position. I'll tell you what, Dave, that Abby Green-Priscilla Odwogo matchup is going to be box office for the rest of this game.
Absolutely. Priscilla Odwogo, look, she was with the Tigers in those days when they struggled in the TSLW. She stayed loyal to the club down there. And a very fine footballer. It's Priscilla Odwogo. As we're on the wing now, the binoculars go up from myself and Anthony. It's a long way away from us here. Got a free kick here for a push. Go the way of the NTFA. So quiet start to the quarter scoreboard-wise. Hallie Breward kicks inside 50. Chance. Kick towards goal. Will it bounce through? Odwogo's there. That battle that Anthony was talking about. Little handball away from the contest by Cuthbertson. There's still a chance here, the NTFA. Centering kick. Can it find a target? It can't. Taken away here by, that was number 34, I'll get to in a moment. But picking it up now, shooting for goal, but way offline. And that spills out of bounds.
Yeah, Meg Radford, 34.
Meg Radford, thanks.
You've been stitched up with some jumper changes from midweek,
okay.
Dave. You've done well.
I'm across it now. I won't forget her again. But we've got a boundary throw in now. Deep inside attack for the NTFA.
So a strong crowd building in.
Absolutely.
You can see representatives from the senior men's sides from both outfits watching as well. Fantastic football on display. Privilege for all these players to take part in representative football. Mackenzie Ford, the target, does really well, and she's going to show some of that trademark bounce. She'll think about the 1-2, unable to get it back though from Wagner. Runs herself into a little bit of trouble. The umpire says high contact. Ella Wagner looks to move the ball on quickly. Has a couple of options through the middle of the ground. One of them there was Gringlas. That's where she ends up going. Nice little dash shown there by Elise Barwick, one of the prime movers in this SFL outfit. She links up with Ford. Eventually gets the football back as the SFL kick towards half forward. It's going to be a bit of a foot race towards the boundary line. Nice work there from the NTFA player in Crooks, who held her ground and did a really good job. She's had a good start to the game, April Crooks. That ball, Rachel Archer just overran it a little bit. Opportunity now for the NTFA. Nice work there from Georgia Nicholas, who kicked a goal in the opening term. Priscilla Odwogo doing some fine tackling, but was a little clumsy at the end, pushing the back. So free kick going the way of the NTFA at half forward. Maggie Cuthbertson.
Yep, from Evandale Footy Club, formerly from Launceston in the TSLW days. She kicks towards half forward, spills the contest. Chance here to mop up Gringlas, sole representative from the University Footy Club in this team today. Not a bad effort. She gets it outside defensive 50. And it's out of bounds. Not sure if that's a last touch or not. Umpire's conferring. I think it's going to go the way of the NTFA. Off the SFL player last. So if you're watching the game here today, the out of bounds rule, if it's between the arcs, it's the last touch rule. Kick inside 50, that's a strong mark, and we'll get a shot on goal. Forward entry there from Zoe Bourne has found the target. So we'll just wait for her to get up. But not surprised, I wouldn't be surprised if that's Abby Green.
Looks to be,
It is Abby Green. Fine footballer. One of our great products in female footy in Tasmania in the last 5 or so years. And she comes, she's 25 out, goes round, improves the angle, but puts it out to the left, one behind. That's the first score since quarter time, Anthony. 1-2-8 NTFA, SFL 3-1-19.
Yeah, we've played 9 minutes in the second term, first score of the quarter. NTFA able to just generate a couple of repeat entries in recent moments as the SFL try and bring the ball out of defence. They've big 50-50 ball here to win on the outer side. Players converge from everywhere. Strong tackle being laid by Chelsea Thomas. Umpire will take it back. So 9.5 into the second quarter. 3-1-19 the SFL. Lead the NTFA 1-2-8. Umpire will take it once again. Wide expanses of UTAS Stadium. Fleming decisively down to Ford. Ford quickly brings the ball in the direction of Fox, unable to take the ball cleanly. The reinforcements come in now for the NTFA. Coming in well and attacking the ball at pace was Georgia Hill. One of the real stars of this side. Eventually that'll roll over and out of bounds. Free kick going the way of the SFL. So it's a wide open forward line at the moment for the SFL. They can move the ball quickly. They've got Stacey Fox one out deep at the moment if they can get it down there, but the NTFA with plenty of bodies around the football, able to mop things up. Kicking in the direction, Fleming flew high, unable to take the mark, but does bring a teammate into the game. Mackenzie Ford involved once again, dishes the handball back out. Really good tackle pressure there from the NTFA, a scrappy ball towards half forward. SFL just struggling with that last kick, a heavy contest between two players. The NTFA player still looks to be down at the moment. We'll keep an eye on that. Here in play, the SFL, they've got a golden opportunity as they look to go inside 50. The kick's there, inside 50 from Elise Barwick. The intended target was Fox, but Tarn Ford at the back with a big tackle. The umpire says it will be his ball.
Attacking pressure again, Anthony. So it's a chance here for the SFL. Tarn Ford has looked dangerous in that attacking 50 so far. Good knockout there by Binns, and they'll work it out to Zoe Bourne inside her defensive 50. Been busy so far. Zoe Bourne goes wing here looking for Crooks. It's going to fall short. Right in the lap there of Bevan. She kicks inside 50. Kick holds up a little bit. Almost a chance there for Mackenzie Williams. April Crooks working hard. She's bustled off it. Falls over there with Elise Barwick. Barwick tunnels it under herself, but only as far as Zoe Bourne, who also tunnels it out. Little kick from, that was Lauren Johnson, but it's marked in defence here by Georgia Hill. So they'll clear defensive 50 for the NTFA. Marking contest. Spills to the side of the contest to Emma Attard. She's tackled to a standstill. So still just that one score this quarter, Anthony, and it's NTFA 1-2-8, SFL 3-1-19.
Yeah, a number of stoppages throughout this second quarter so far. That one decisively won down by Townsend. First to the football at ground level might have been Lloyd. NTFA just working within a phone box at the moment, trying to get this football out. They eventually do. Swooping on the football though, an opportunity here for the SFL. A really clever handball there from Mackenzie Williams. Brought a teammate into the game, and that's a fantastic finish. The handball was exceptional from Mackenzie Williams, and what about the finish, Dave Moore?
Yep, Hayley Baldwin, number 34.
It was.
Yep, yeah, she was, hadn't had a lot of time to think about it. She received the ball, threw it on the boot, and just had a nice little curve on it, and went through the goals at the town end of UTAS Stadium. So, yeah, look, it's been a real arm wrestle this quarter. Both teams have had their inside 50 entries. There's been a lot of play between the arcs. But just once again, that little bit of class and finishing off and making the most of your opportunities. SFL now out by 17 points.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess in the context of this game, that probably was a half opportunity in terms of, really just making the most of the effort. And Mackenzie Williams, that little look-away handball opened up the door for Baldwin, who made no mistake.
She's been one of the best, Mackenzie Williams, the girl from North Hobart, I think, so far in this game. There's a tackle there laid on Hayley Baldwin. So there'll be a secondary ball up. So quite a number of circles there on UTAS Stadium. A lot of traffic in recent times. Of course, AFL coming up with a couple of games here this year. So they're using the one closest to where we are broadcasting from. Chance now for the SFL as they go towards attacking 50. NTFA players have the numbers. Maddie Fry trying to work it out. Scoops it out. Here's a chance now for, that's Bevan. Hands off, kick inside 50. Leading the chase for the ball there is Michaela Binns. Plays with the Scottsdale club, formerly Launceston. She does a second effort there, but chance now as they come inside through Mackenzie Ford. Attacking 50 Ford is there. That's Tarn Ford. She can't quite take the mark. Snap on goal. But only April Crooks is back there to mop up, and she'll clear for the NTFA.
Yeah, good work there from April Crooks. Read the ball really well. It kicks. It's a bit of a task for her teammates, and in the end, it opens the door for Lauren Johnston. Johnston kicks to a dangerous spot here for the SFL. Tarn Ford's buzzing about at ground level. Lays a really strong tackle. Opens the door for a teammate in Barwick, who has a flying shot. Just misses the lot in the end. Out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, Elise Barwick, one of the Barwick girls that played with Glenorchy back in the TSLW days, and now applying a trade with North Hobart.
Yeah, just a really proud football family, the Barwicks. So many of them have gone through the football ranks in recent years. He's certainly one of the absolute stars of Tassie football. So we tick over almost 14 and a half in this second quarter. It's been a real war of attrition throughout this second term. The NTFA looking to try and get some scoreboard reward for their effort as they try and take a risky kick towards half forward. Mackenzie Ford does really well for the SFL. She's been one of the best so far. She just overruns the football on that occasion, though. Opens up the door here for the NTFA. A little bit of a chain of handballs. Just loses the transaction at the last moment, but the ball's still alive. It's going to be a big one-on-one here to win. Duffy might have just overrun it. She did. She comes in and lays a really strong tackle, though. Mopped up her own work, but the NTFA are still just buzzing about at the moment. Abby Green met heavily by a couple of players, and it's going to be a free kick. A little clumsy there from the SFL, and Abby Green will get the free kick from the tip of the goal square.
Yeah, just so handy to have Abby Green in the ruck and then go forward. And she's an experienced player and did that well.
So good at ground level as well is Abby Green as she looks to slot her first of the day. She makes no mistake, and that's the goal the NTFA really needed in the dying stages of this second quarter. Dave Moore.
Yeah, and it's been a pretty even quarter. NTFA had a lot of entries for no reward, but that time Abby Green showing a bit of experience, as I said, in the contest there with Odwogo, and looks like they're going to keep playing her in that deep forward position with the occasional run in the ruck. Really important last 4 minutes of this quarter. We're just to tick over the 16-minute mark. 2-2 in the NTFA, SFL 4-1-25, sun-drenched UTAS Stadium, and not bad conditions here for footy at all. Sorry, I've got the 16-minute quarters. Yeah, it's caught me out. There we go.
All the games are different today, Dave. Keep us on our toes.
Absolutely. So it wasn't 4 minutes, it was 4 seconds to go. Maybe I can blame it on that. So there we are. It's half-time here at UTAS Stadium. It's SFL 4-1-25, the NTFA 2-2-14. Goal kickers, Anthony.
Yeah, so for the NTFA, singles to Georgia Nicholas and also Abby Green. That goal coming at a really timely moment for the NTFA. While for the SFL, 2 goals to Georgie Bailey, singles to Hayley Baldwin and also Mackenzie Williams.
Yeah, really interesting contest. Some fine players. I haven't seen some of these players play before. I've seen a lot of the ex-TSLW players play, of course. But, yeah, I'm really impressed for the South. Of course, Mackenzie Ford has been really lively. The other Mackenzie Williams, has been terrific. Down forward, they've looked dangerous. Georgia Bailey was a bit quieter that quarter. Probably not as many opportunities. Tarn Ford also looks dangerous. They've been pretty good down back. Priscilla Odwogo we've mentioned back there, Chelsea Thomas. So, yeah, they've kept the NTFA out. Perhaps they'd be disappointed with that last goal because it just maybe gave the NTFA a bit of momentum going into half-time. NTFA, really impressed with April Crooks off the back line. She's been terrific. Deanne Taylor back there, of course, with her experience. Up forward, they probably haven't fired at the moment. Abby Green is their big target there, and she's had a couple of opportunities. Around the ball, of like Gemma Blair, also Zoe Bourne, and their on-ballers have been really busy and giving them a bit of drive. But yeah, a pretty even contest, but all in all, SFL's tackling and their ability to convert inside 50, I think, has been the difference.
Yeah, and I think the two coaches will go into this halftime break, Brad Willis, of course, for the SFL, and Dean Smith for the NTFA, knowing that they also have some players who probably haven't taken this game by the scruff of the neck yet that will be able to. Someone like a Stacey Fox hasn't had quite the opportunity she would have been after. Abby Green, that goal just on the halftime siren would give her a lot of confidence, and they're the sort of players at both ends that can really turn a game in an instant. So I'm looking forward to seeing some of the real stars of these two outfits coming out to play in the second half.
No worries, we'll have a spell.
No worries at all. Second half action coming up next.
messaged me. I was sitting back in the car. I was going home. I just had to walk up the ground level and up near the coach's boxes there. I'll be back in a minute. Can't do it.
Welcome back to UTAS Stadium. And we've got the NTFA 2-2-14 trailing the SFL at 4-1-25. You're in the first of the intra-state series for the women's games. They continue on Monday with the NTFA playing the NWFL. We're underway though in the second half. 11 points is the margin. First centre clearance. Pretty vital here. Looks like it's going to go the way of the NTFA. Well, tackled from behind there was Gemma Blair. Loose ball. Another fumble. Zoe Bourne's got it. She releases a handball. SFL now will get that first inside 50 for the second half. Bouncing ball knocked away by April Crooks. Forwards there. Crooks trails it towards the boundary line. Close attendance there was Mackenzie Williams. It spilled out of bounds. A boundary throw in. About 25 metres around from the SFL goal. Don't forget, coming up later, we've got the men's game, NTFA versus SFL. The boys are out half-time, getting ready to go, getting familiarised with the surface here at UTAS Stadium. Taking the possession there was Hayley Baldwin, but her handball was coughed up to Crooks. Taken there by Binns for NTFA. She kicks towards half-back. Nice ball from behind there from Del Pero, although she got on the back of her opponent, says the umpire. So a relieving free kick here to be taken by Meg Radford.
Radford goes short, opens up the corridor now for the NTFA as they look to launch the ball towards half forward. Big one-on-one, and really well done there on that occasion by the SFL. Kick goes towards half forward. Nice handball off to Mackenzie Ford, who's been really busy. Opts to do a little 1-2 with Elise Barwick. Barwick now launches the ball inside 50. Dangerous ball for the NTFA defence here. An opportunity awaits. Ball gets out to Stacey Fox. Fox running towards goal. Doesn't get the purchase she would have been after. Rolls out of bounds for a throw in. But I guess, Dave, from a SFL perspective, Stacey Fox getting her hands on the football is a positive sign.
Absolutely. But disappointed, I think she'd be with that finish. Perhaps she thought she was under more pressure than she was actually under. She threw it on the boot a bit awkwardly. So a boundary throw in. Bailey there up against Georgia Hill, who wins the tap. Tries to find a teammate. Back to Georgia Hill. Little handball away there to Bruard. They're going to break free here now through April Crooks, the NTFA. Little kick over the top's a good one. Finds Emma Attard from the South Knoxton Football Club. Back to Crooks, running on. Former Tassie Devil from last year. She kicks towards half forward, but mark taken there by Rachel Archer, the vice-captain from the Clarence Footy Club.
Archer looks to switch the football, gets it off to a teammate in Del Pero, just starting to get her hands on the football and get involved in the contest. Del Pero goes towards half forward. It's a 2-on-1, favouring the host, but coming in for reinforcements there is Bevan. Bevan opts for the kick in the Barwick direction towards half forward. Barwick does really well, swoops on the football, goes on short. She had Stacey Fox in space, unable to complete the transaction. Fox runs into goal. Stacey Fox kicks the major. They made it probably look more difficult than it needed to, Dave, but they got there in the end, and Stacey Fox is on the board for the first time today.
Yeah, Elise Barwick, she's just growing into this game. She had a couple of possessions in the last minute or two, and just sensible football there. She could have blazed away at goal herself, but she saw Fox in lots of space. As you say, they nearly mucked it up, but just showed a bit of poise there at the end, and the finish was good in this time from Stacey Fox, who is a real live wire from the Port Footy Club. So SFL 5-1-31, NTFA 2-2-14. So back to the middle of UTAS Stadium, which is looking great as per usual. Middle of winter, but the surface is still fine. No surface moisture whatsoever. Great conditions for footy. From the ruck contest, Fleming won the tap. Takeaway now by NTFA though. Kick inside 50, looking for Abby Green. Good battle there with Odwogo. Odwogo won that time. Cleared out quickly there by Rachel Archer. Only as far there as Meg Radford. She kicks it towards half forward. Holds up a little bit. At the fall of the ball are the Southern defenders here. Gringless kicks to the wing. Good work here from Crooks. She's trailing it. She should pick it up this time. She does. Sums up her options, or then she drops the ball under a bit of pressure from forward. Now she penalised. No. Umpire says she got rid of it in a correct fashion. Back to Crooks. Falls over. Forward off the ground. Towards half forward. Strong contest there from Binns. Michaela Binns. Now the handball comes away to the Elise Barwick. Kicks inside attacking 50. Right on attacking 50. Can they fashion something here? Falling over, but getting a high tackle there was Stacey Fox. She'll take the relieving kick. Probably a kick and a half out from goal.
So Stacey Fox just assesses her options. Superstar from down Signet Way, kicks it inside 50, sets up an opportunity. There were players flying everywhere there. Really dangerous ball. Great ball movement there from Barwick. Spots up an option. What about the vision?
Great vision.
Just saw an option out in space. It's Lou Marmion from the Clarence Footy Club who was in space, and Barwick probably could have been excused to have a flying shot at goal there, Dave, but just shows her class and her real footy IQ to spot up a teammate in a better position. So Marmion, distance might be right on her edge, but she's pushing it right towards the goal square. Bouncing ball, eventually tapped over and through for a minor score. Really like that from Barwick. She's starting to really stamp herself on this contest. The SFL, they move to 5-2-32, leading the NTFA 2-2-14.
Deanne Taylor from half-back, got the pass from Binns. Kicks up towards the wing. Spills over the back. Taken this time by Attard. She kicks towards half-forward. But relieving mark taken there by Rachel Archer, who's had a little bit of it in this quarter already. Centering ball, a little bit risky towards Del Pero. She leads the chase for the ball, eludes her, taken by Cuthbertson. She can't get an effective possession. Back to Cuthbertson, weaves her way through, gets the handball to Brouard. Now the kick towards goal here from Cuthbertson once again. Green's there on Wogo front position. Green the follow-up. Crooks in there fighting hard for the NTFA. Little handball comes clear there from Lauren Johnson. Still a chance for Abby Green. She snaps towards goal. Is it offline? It's bouncing, it's bouncing. Oh, it's bounced back into play. Lux of fortune there for the SFL, and they'll clear.
I don't know how that didn't get at least some sort of score there, Dave. That was bizarre stuff. It was a real leg break. That matchup, though, from Abby Green and Odwogo was a fantastic match in the air and at ground level as well. Abby Green just showing her class, but just luck starting to fall the way of the SFL at the moment.
And that's why these rep games are so great. You get those sort of matchups, don't you?
Absolutely. It's a great opportunity for both of those players. Such a development opportunity for everyone involved today as the SFL look to repel the ball out of defensive 50. Moving quickly through traffic there was Griffiths. Unable to trap the football on that occasion was Williams. It's going to be the NTFA bringing it back inside 50 with a little bit of interest. How about the tackle? A magnificent tackle at half back there. Opens up an opportunity for the SFL. Ford shows a little bit of dash. Kicks it towards a teammate there and finds her, and Elise Barwick, who's been excellent so far today. Barwick goes inside 50, a one-on-one, using her strength and also her positioning. Georgie Bailey takes the mark and has an opportunity to score her third goal of the game.
Really impressed with Georgie Bailey. Great in those one-on-one contests.
Did well on that occasion. Georgie Bailey will be kicking better part of 40 metres. Great kick from Georgie Bailey straight through the middle. Had a little bit of a left to right on it, but it ended up going straight over the goal umpire's hat. Georgie Bailey makes no mistake. She has 3, and that's just a lovely finish.
Yeah, and great movement from half-back. They moved it well. And a couple of involvements there from Mackenzie Ford. I was so impressed with in that first half. The dash off half-back, she sets a lot of things up for the SFL.
Just really quickly, Dave, I'm looking down at the interchange bench. Cam Duffy is such a valuable resource for this SFL side. He's got a lot to do with the Claremont Footy Club. His wife, Rachel Duffy, playing today as well. And you could just see him really giving the messages alongside Brad Willis to the SFL players, and I think he's providing them with plenty of expertise. He's been around footy for a long time, Cam Duffy, and really supporting them today.
Absolutely. As tap out SFL goes their way, but NTFA will repel. It's on the wing. Overrunning it there was Meg Radford. Picking up for the southern team is Greenless. She can't take possession. Umpire lets it go. Good kick out from Eggers. Crooks is in there. She kicks it off the ground. Only as far though as Marmion. And there'll be a ball up. Of course, Cam Duffy, a little bit of a playing comeback last week.
Yeah, he did play for Glenorchy last weekend, and yeah, certainly played a key role in them performing well. He's playing more of a coaching role with the Claremont Footy Club in the women's space this year.
Cuthbertson to half forward. Crooks from behind, lays the spoil. Taken by Odwogo. She kicks to space. Runners required. Del Pero is there. Bounce evades her. She goes back a second time. Vanessa Del Pero does very well to get it to her teammate in Williams. Now, Williams might have been helped without it. Umpire Isaac Fry right on the spot. And Mackenzie Williams. A really good first quarter. Kicks towards half forward. Front position, that's a lovely mark. I think that's Deanne Taylor back there. He takes it. The number 29 from the Launceston Footy Club. She centres the ball and finds Reisinger. Reisinger goes wide here towards Meg Radford. She's got a lot of space, Meg Radford. She doesn't take the bounce, though. She sees an option straight away. Oh, that's really good defensive punch there from the SFL. That was Marmion involved again, but it's going to turn over. Taken here by Townsend towards half forward. Clean bowls about 3 players. In there is Zoe Bourne. She attacks the ball. She lays on top of it. Great work, SFL. Their defence has been really rock solid in this game. Sideways handball. Still working hard in there is Hayley Baldwin. She gets it out a second time. Gets it to Wagner. She's tackled from behind. Gets a half-distance kick. And it's in the centre of UTAS Stadium.
Fantastic tackle there from Jenny Griffiths just to set up that opportunity, but still a big ball to win through the middle of the ground. First to the football is going to be Brasendale. Moves it inside 50. Trapping it there, Rachel Archer. It's her bread and butter, mopping things up across half back. She does it on that occasion, looking in the Barwick direction. Big ball to win here still. I can see, Dave, you've got your eyes on someone making their way from the field. Might get an update from you in just a sec. Handball out wide there from Johnston as the SFL look to get some overlap run. Ball goes towards half forward. There are players everywhere at the moment. This is frenetic stuff. The umpire's whistle is going to be a free kick going the way of the SFL.
Yeah, Maggie Cuthbertson, bleeding nose. It's come off the ground.
So the visitors launch the ball inside 50. A couple of targets are there, and in the end, the mark's not cleanly taken, but the free kick, all the mark will be in the end by the umpire. Take your pick. So brave stuff standing in the hole there for the NTFA as they look to bring the ball out of defensive 50.
Meg Bradford kicks it towards the wing, and Abby Green, 1-2 grabs, takes it, defensive side of the centre square. She has options running to her advantage. One of those is Maddie Fry, girl from OLs. Handballs over her head. Chance here for April Crooks. She kicks towards half forward, but she's a bit frustrated there as she turns the ball over. And SFL will relieve from half back. Play on, as that's Archer there, kicks towards the wing, bouncing ball taken by Crooks again, off to Abby Green, tumbling punt towards half forward. Odwogo couldn't grab the awkward ball as it was rotating on torpedo action. Odwogo gets the handball out, chance here for Wagner, takes it, good work again by Wagner, the kick's not great and will be cut off by the NTFA.
Mark not quite completed there from the NTFA player, and it's a big ball to win in the middle of the ground. Bevan finds a runner, gets the handball that wide. It's an opportunity here now for the SFL. The kick goes inside 50. It was in the Bailey direction, but nice, excellent work there from Deanne Taylor, I should say. Abby Green was the intended target. Mopping up there was Rice Singer. Overlap run eventually comes as they kick the ball towards half forward, and that's a really good grab taken by Georgia Nicholas, who's been impressive today. Nicholas goes inside 50. It's a 2-on-1. The ball gets out the back, though. The opportunity's now available for the NTFA. Competing at ground level, some excellent tackle pressure there. Jenna Griffiths, who's done that a few times today. The NTFA just bumbling the ball around at the moment, trying to find a player in space. Georgia Nicholas is there. Nicholas wheels around, has a quick shot on goal. It's going to bounce over and out for a throw-in. So, played 13 and a bit minutes in this third quarter. 6-2-38 plays 2-2-14. NTFA yet to score in this quarter, Dave.
Yeah, look, just more even performance across the ground at the moment from the SFL. NTFA, they've got a few players that just need to lift a little bit to get them back into the contest. It's a kick out of defence for the SFL. That was from Rachel Archer. It's out of bounds. NTFA free kick. As the ball's gone over. And see who that is over there. Has to climb the fence. That's Brasendale. Never an easy job. Especially when you're my age, Anthony.
Yeah,
for these young ones.
Better Matty than you, Dave. Exciting player, Matty Brasendale.
Absolutely. On the draft radar. Boundary throw in. Right on attacking 50. Clears the ruck contest. Stack of players in there. Comes out to Brasendale. Fumble. Chance now. In there was Hayley Breward. Off the ground by Ford, who's down back. She might be playing on the ball at the minute. So it'll be another ball up. So it's been a really good open game. Lots of great running footy. Not too congested. On a ground like this, it's great to see. Breward again. Kicks towards goal. It's bouncing. Is it going to go through for a goal? It is! It is now. I called Breward. I think it was number 4 there, Hayley Breward.
Yeah, I think it was Hayley there. That was an unconventional goal, Dave, but it's the goal they desperately needed. It just evaded everyone. Goes through for 6 points.
That's down for goal of the day. We've got a goal of the day competition with this one.
Why not, Dave? Goal of the day.
We've just invented it.
We'll have that on socials during the week. Jacob Dawes doing some of his better work.
But that was fantastic. Well, I don't think she meant it for to perhaps go through, but it just took all the right bounces. And probably, a bit of karma there with the Abby Green one that didn't go through before. And that one has. It's the luck of the bounce in Aussie rules footy. 6-2-38 SFL, NTFA 3-2-20.
Ball back in the middle of the ground. This might just be the spark that the NTFA needed. Bevan coming in and laying the tackle. Great tackle pressure again from the SFL, but the NTFA able to keep the ball moving and in motion. Opportunity for them now. With ball in hand, they'll look to launch the ball inside 50. Georgia Nicholas, who's been good today. Abby Green's the target. Abby Green's the marker. And Abby Green will have a look at goal. Very slight angle, kicking the only about 25 metres out from goal.
Crowd getting vocal. We like to hear that.
It is good crowd, really starting to build up. It's been a fantastic day of football so far, and NTFA, this is with about 15 seconds left in the quarter. Can Abby Green kick a goal in the dying stages once again? Used to really breathe some life into NTFA. Abby Green, look for goal. The umpire does a bit of a shuffle. A little too much. Hits the woodwork for a minor score. So the SFL are let off there, Dave.
There it is.
Siren sounds for three-quarter time. 3-3-21, the NTFA. They trail the SFL 6-2-38. And NTFA certainly started to get on top in the last 5 minutes or so of that third quarter.
Yeah, they look dangerous, and I like Abby Green being forward, and they bring her up the ground a little bit, but she's such a presence there. If she doesn't mark it, she gets other players involved. But look, you still have to say the SFL are on top, for three quarters of that quarter. They had the most entries inside 50. Players are involved there. Georgie Bailey, Stacey Fox with a goal. A lot of dangerous looking players in that forward 50, and yeah, they deserve their lead at three-quarter time. I don't think it's insurmountable, but they're heavy favourites to win the game at the moment.
Yeah, a lot will need to go right for the NTFA in the final term to bring back this three-goal deficit. We'll quickly run through the goal kickers for the NTFA. Singles to Georgia Nicholas, Abby Green and Hayley Brewer to kick that remarkable goal, must be said, in the third term. While for the SFL, 3 goals to Georgie Bailey, singles to Mackenzie Williams, Hayley Baldwin and also Stacey Fox. So a 17-point margin at the final change. This game's still well and truly up for grabs, but the NTFA with quite a bit of work to do. We'll take a short break. Final quarter action coming up next. Welcome back to UTAS Stadium. A huge final quarter coming up in this Women's All-Stars clash between the NTFA and the SFL. Huge game for both of these competitions and a great opportunity for these two comps to get a head start as part of the Women's All-Star Series. Of course, the NTFA doing the double this weekend, playing the NWFL on Monday at Invermay Park, and the SFL travelling to East Devonport next weekend to take on the NWFL. So we'll kick things off here in this final term. Game well and truly up for grabs. Nice work there from Deanne Taylor. So look to bring the ball forward here, the NTFA. Emerging with the football there was Brouard, who kicked a remarkable goal in the previous quarter. We've got a bit of work to do here, the NTFA. 17 points adrift, 16-minute quarters, so we need to do a lot right in this final term to try and bridge the gap and record the NTFA's first win of the day. Ball's thrown up once again. Fleming and Townsend competing in the ruck. Ground level was Baldwin. The SFL able to scrap the ball towards half forward. Really strong defensive effort there from Maddie Fry. But weight of numbers assist here for the SFL as Ellie Fleming just bangs the ball on the boot, trying to get it as far forward as she can. It's going to be a foot race. Merging with the football there for the NTFA is Georgie Hill, who is just going to pass it into a bit of space and run onto it herself, but the reinforcements come in for the SFL. Tarn Ford does a really good job just surging the ball forward, creates a one-on-one here for Stacey Fox, who is competing well at ground level, but the umpire will take it for a ball up inside attacking 50.
Rachel Archer, I think, has moved forward as well. Up it goes. I think that might be her now. She gets a half-distance kick. Taken there by Georgia Hill. Falls there towards Gringlas. She can't pick it up. We got another ball up. Coming down for the main game, I can recommend the Lions Club Burgers from down below. Always do a great job, non-for-profit, of course, and really good quality. It's knocked out towards Bevan. Kick now towards the goal. Bailey marks from behind. Used the body beautifully and just put the arms up and took a strong mark at the point of the goal square. Not wasting any time. This is for a fourth goal. Georgie Bailey makes it. Another goal for the SFL, 7-2-44. NTFA 3-3-21. And Anthony, we talked about that 3-goal margin being not insurmountable, but that first goal makes it really hard now for the NTFA.
Yeah, that makes it really tough for the NTFA. And Georgie Bailey, she just has such a good footy brain. She reads the ball so well and just used her assets, used her strength, used her really good marking ability to take that ball and made no mistake from point-blank range. And with 4 goals, it's hard to look past her as being key difference between these two sides. NTFA have probably just struggled to find that target inside 50 when they've gone in there, and I suppose they've threatened a couple of times with the likes of Abby Green, but Georgie Bailey's really been able to capitalise for the SFL as we come back into the middle of the ground. Fleming down to Bevan, Ford trying to run through, unable to complete the transactions. He's going to get it now though, just paddles it in front of herself. Ford continues just to paddle it in that direction. Coming in there was Crooks as well for the NTFA. Don't think we've actually had a clean disposal since the centre stoppage. Really high pressure stuff at the moment. We'll have a stoppage at right half forward in front of us in the broadcast position.
I noticed that on the AFL Test website in the preview of the game, Brad Willis talked about both Stacey Fox and Georgie Bailey being real threats up forward, and that's been proven today. Back into play here though. Quick kick. That's Gringlas towards half forward. Taken there by Marmion. She's dispossessed. NTFA trying to work it forward. Back out again to Gringlas. University Footy Club. Now to space. Here's Brasendale with Taylor. Brasendale wins the race. She kicks to space on the wing. Charging up from the forward line. Good work there from the NTFA from Georgia Nicholas, who kicked a goal early. The kicks towards half forward. Evades a teammate. They're going to clear it easy here, the SFL. Kick towards the centre of the ground. Spills over the contest. Mackenzie forward there. She lays a tackle on her opponent. That was Gemma Blair. She was dispossessed. Crooks takes the ball. She's tackled hard there by Mackenzie Williams. And umpire Fry will ball it up centre wing.
Ball's thrown up right there. It was Townsend who wins it down, but only as far as the roving SFL player in Baldwin. Kick only goes as far as Taylor, who's potentially stripped of the football. The umpire says yes. So great tackle pressure being applied there. The two 29s going head to head. On that occasion, it was Mackenzie Williams who wins out Williams bangs the ball inside 50 with the sit, unable to take the mark there was Gemma Blair, but the NTFA will still bring the ball outside in a defensive 50. It might come back with interest though, although April Crooks proves to be the cleanest player in the vicinity of the football. Her kick goes towards half forward. Nice trap there from McKinnell, who goes inside 50 now for the NTFA. An opportunity for them. They're going to have to get a wriggle on if they're in this game. The ball's in the hands there of Georgia Nicholas. Ball on the way. It's going to roll through for a minor score. So opportunity there for the NTFA goes begging. 3-4-22. They trail the SFL 7-2-44 after 5 minutes in the final term.
11 minutes remaining of this contest. So 4 goals needed by the NTFA. What can they do? They need to make inroads pretty soon. Long kick out from defence over to the far side. Spills there towards Griffiths. She's tackled Jenna Griffiths. And it'll be a ball up. One of the many players from the Launceston Footy Club. They're on top of the ladder at the moment in Division 1 of the NTFAW. Ball comes out. No effective kick there, taken by Chelsea Thomas. Now we've got space over here. Vanessa Del Piero. She kicks towards the centre of the ground. Not the best kick in the world. You can win this contest. It comes out now, the SFL. They're winning those one-on-ones. Kick towards attacking 50. NTFA have the numbers. It clears the contest. Charging to it was Tarn Ford, but they're pretty good in defence at the moment there, the NTFA, and they'll clear it out. It's going to come back again. Mackenzie Ford gets to 50. Little chip kick, looking for a teammate. Oh, gee, nearly would have been paid there. Tarn Ford's on top of it. Mackenzie Ford again. Now takes it, shoots. The sealer, no, just off to the left. One behind. Frenetic stuff inside the SFL forward line. 7-3-45 to 3-4-22.
I have to say, Dave, it would have been a little cruel for Mackenzie Lloyd if SFL were actually to kick a goal there. Mackenzie Lloyd's defensive efforts were sensational. First effort, second effort, third effort. Probably just reward that the SFL weren't able to capitalise on that occasion. As the NTFA try and bring the ball out of their back pocket. High ball, mark not taken, but the numbers are all around here for the SFL at the moment. Tackle laid there by Amy Sharp. Coming through the other way, a couple of players collide really heavily, Bonnie Gringlas being one of them. Umpire will take that ball just in front of us in the broadcast position. Attacking side of the wing. Fleming continuing to battle in the ruck. It's going to be a free kick against Fleming in the direction of Abby Green. So Abby Green has it. Dishes the handball off to a runner. That runner is Gemma Blair. Blair's kick just bounces in the field of play. It'll be over and out for a free kick anyway. Taking the free kick is going to be Archer. Stalwart of the Clarence Footy Club for a long period of time. Vice captain of this team. Not her best kick. Opens the door for the NTFA and Taisha Hines. Hines kicks towards half forward. Just goes through the hands of Odwogo. Opens an opportunity here for the NTFA as Townsend kicks it inside 50. It's going to be a foot race. Emily McKinnell is going to be the first one there for the NTFA, but Barwick comes in for the SFL. Just gets the handball away. Odwogo comes in for reinforcements. Barwick eventually tackled, but the NTFA still trying to surge the football forward. An opportunity here and potentially a goal-saving tackle there from Odwogo as the umpire eventually takes it back for a ball up as the lights just start to come on here at UTAS Stadium.
Yep, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so we're getting a little bit of gloom here, middle of winter. Still a chance here for the NTFA. Nicholas tackled away from it. Little short chip for goal there, and that was number 13, Natalia Power from Deloraine, just offline, one behind. 3-5-23 to 7-3-45. Out we come from fullback. Long clearing kick outside defensive 50 to a contest. About 10 players around the ball. No one can take the mark. Still on the ground. Trying to break through there was Chelsea Thomas. We've got a high tackle on an NTFA player. So it's going to be a free kick. Can launch another attack towards the goal square. Clears Odwogo. Abby Green falls over. Handball sideways. Chance. Brasendale. Beautifully smothered there by the SFL defence. And that was Rachel Duffy, I think, involved in that smother. At half forward now. Can they clear it? The SFL. Their desperation, both teams, is evident. Handball to space. No one can pick it up. Left half forward now. Doing well there was Johnson. Lauren Johnson, away to Chelsea Thomas.
Chelsea Thomas showing a little bit of dash. She kicks it down the line, just going to evade her intended target there in Fox. Love that work of Lauren Johnston before there, Dave, just able to tap the ball back into play. The SFL's defence have been mighty this afternoon.
It's those little things, isn't it, at this stage of the game?
Exactly right. So bringing the ball back into play now for the NTFA. It's going to be through Lloyd. Kick goes down the line. First to it was Riesinger, over and out for what might be deemed as a throw-in. So, attacking side of the wing for the NTFA. Played 10 and change in this final term. It's a 22-point margin in favour of the SFL. NTFA going to need to get a real wriggle on if they're any chance of being in this game. Bevan taps the ball on. Running through a little bit of traffic. Couple of tackles laid, holding the football. Penalised on that occasion there is Haley Baldwin. So with ball in hand, it's Gemma Blair. She dances around Baldwin on the mark, but her kick is only going to go as far as Bevan, who shows a little bit of dash. Shrugs one tackle, gets the handball off to Tarn Ford. Ford has a little bit of pressure coming her way. A raking handball over the top, but it's going to be a downfield free kick going the way of Elise Barwick. Barwick has Fox on short, but opts to go the more central option. The ball just hangs in the air for what felt like an eternity there for Amy Sharp. The reinforcements come in for the NTFA. Mackenzie Ford competing at ground level as well. The Sharp kicks the ball inside 50. Attacking the football at pace here is Georgie Bailey. Good defensive effort shown there by the NTFA as they bring the ball out of defensive 50 and look to turn defence into offence. As in the middle of the ground, a raking kick there from Sophie Townsend goes towards half forward, comes back to ground level, brings the runners into the contest. Players converge from everywhere. Abby Green just continuing to fight away at ground level. The umpire will eventually take this ball and have a ball up in the middle of UTAS Stadium.
Yeah, time ebbing away now. We've just got over 4 minutes to go. And the only goal in this quarter went to the way of the SFL, which probably killed off the contest. Great step away there by Marley Bevan. She kicks inside 50 and almost a mark there in attacking 50. That was Bailey, who's kicked 4. NTFA defender there trying to work it out. But great desperation shown by Tarn Ford up against Maddie Fry. So the chance for the SFL. Breaking clear, snapping on goal was Elise Barwick. Won't come back quite enough. It bounces through for a behind. 7-4-46 to 3-5-23. They've doubled the score now. The NTFA have the SFL.
So 12 and a half gone in this final term. We're approaching the final moments of this game. Mackenzie Ford doing a really good job, but just a little overzealous in the end, pushing the back. Free kick going the way of the NTFA, taken by Hayley Bruard. She's looking to take the ball down the line. It's going to be too little too late here for the NTFA. A fantastic performance from the SFL in what's been a cracking game of football. Great intensity being shown by both sides, and this Women's All-Star Series looms to be fascinating battle between the three regions. Of course, the NTFA playing the NWFL on Monday at Invermay Park. You can catch all that action on the AFL Tasmania YouTube channel, with the SFL travelling to the northwest, playing the NWFL at East Devonport, Girdleston Park next weekend. Odwogo does well, fist over the top, competing at ground level. There was Marmion for the SFL. The umpire says play on, letting the ball roll out of the vicinity naturally. Hurried kick and a defence there from Gringlas, finds the target. The SFL look to turn this into an attacking play.
Haley Baldwin gets towards half forward. Barwick in there again. Massive third quarter. Lays a tackle. The ball up with just over 2 minutes to go. Don't forget, coming up, we've got the men's game, NTFA versus SFL. Some great players on both sides. Should be an entertaining contest. Here's Barwick again. She gets to 40, she gets clear, she snaps on goal, and Bailey takes the mark in the square. So two of the best players combined in the dying moments of this game. And once again, showing her contested mark skills, Bailey. She never wastes any time. She doesn't on this occasion, and she kicks her 5th goal. That's a bag for Georgie Bailey. Terrific effort. And just that dash, Anthony, from Barwick there, just left her opponent in a wake. and just set it up beautifully for Bailey.
Yeah, you said it well, Dave. Two of the real stars of the SFL combining nicely. Excellent work from Elise Barwick, and Georgie Bailey has simply been too strong inside 50 for the NTFA defence today, and certainly deserves to have the 5 goals. She's kicked a few of them from quite close to goal, but she's just put herself in a good position, has marked the ball really well, and has shown her footy IQ across the course of the afternoon. So a really decisive final quarter here from the SFL. 8-4-52, leading the NTFA 3-5-23. Just about to tick into the final minute of this encounter. Moving away with the football there, the NTFA just trying to generate something on the scoreboard late in this game. Going to be a free kick for high contact, going the way of the NTFA, going the way of Jenna Griffiths. Griffiths kicks there, but Mackenzie Ford sweeps on the football. She's been one of the best all day for the SFL. She kicks in the direction of a teammate there at half forward, and Mackenzie Williams. The two Mackenzies combine, and they go inside 50 and find Stacey Fox. That is magnificent football from the SFL.
Icing on the cake, Anthony. 30 seconds to go. This could be the last action of this game. And they finished off strongly.
So, Stacey Fox, superstar from the Signet Port, has been in magnificent form so far in season 2022. Looking for a second goal of the day, just misses to the near side. A minor score as we tick into the final 15 seconds of this encounter.
Yep, it's going to be 2-1. The SFL's won the 3 contests today. So they've done pretty well in this one. Pretty controlled the game since the early days. Up on the wing, April Crooks couldn't quite take it. There it is. It's the end of the game. The first game of the Tri-Series goes the way of the SFL. And they lead final siren by 3 goals. 8-5-53 to 3-5-23. 5-goal margin. Anthony, the goal kickers.
Yeah, so quickly go through the goal kickers for either side. For the NTFA, singles to Hayley Breward, Georgia Nicholas and Abby Green, while for the SFL, Georgie Bailey leads all comers with a 5-pack, singles to Mackenzie Williams, Hayley Baldwin and Stacey Fox.
Not too good in the long run. It was the SFL, they had players right across the ground. I think a more even performance. They did have some standouts. We can talk about Mackenzie Ford, Elise Barwick. Of course, Georgia Bailey was fantastic. Priscilla Odwogo did the job down back. Didn't get a lot of possessions, but, gee, she spoiled hard, and it was up against Abby Green, who had her moments in the game, but Priscilla was fantastic back there. Of course, the skipper back there, Rachel Duffy, was terrific. Ellie in the ruck there, Fleming, all day, battled really hard. Tarn Ford was a dangerous player. So they had a lot of contributors. Vanessa Del Pero, I think, showed a lot of a dash on the wing as well. In the NTFA team, a lot of players that contributed throughout the day. April Crooks, we mentioned, was terrific. Hayley Breward with that fantastic goal. Zoe Bourne had a good first half, faded out a little bit. Gemma Blair, pretty good on ball all day. Maggie Cuthbertson looked dangerous at times. Maddie Brasendale, pretty good. So, they had some good players, but I think across the day, SFL were more consistent in their play. They teamed much better, and they looked dangerous going forward, with Georgie Bailey kicking 5 goals.
Completely agree. And just a little fun fact I've just noticed in the YouTube comments, someone saying that Tarn Ford from Glenorchy is actually a harness racer. Will be racing tomorrow in Hobart. So
fantastic.
It might be a potential pick there to take a look at. But if you talk about cross-code athletes, I don't think harness racing and football is often talked about, but Tarn Ford certainly plying a trade at both, and she also had her moments today as well. So a decisive victory from the Southern Football League, 8-5-53 to 3-5-23. She said, Dave, a 5-goal margin, and just opens up the Women's All-Star Series in fine style with a big game on Monday for the NTFA that they'll be desperate to win against the NWFL.
Anthony, if people want to watch the next game, how do they go about accessing that?
Absolutely, Dave. So just like today, the AFL Tasmania YouTube channel is the place to go. And, of course, we've also got the men's game coming up this afternoon. So, yeah, the Women's All-Star Series continues on Monday, and then we'll conclude next weekend up on the Northwest Coast.
Pleasure calling the game with you today.
No, absolutely loved it, Dave.
We'll do it again in about 10 minutes.
Absolutely. I appreciate Benny Donaldson on the camera, Ash Wilkes back in the studio, as well as Scott Rigby and Russell Young just shake hands and have a little bit of an embrace there as well. Fantastic day of football for all involved. We'll take a short break here with the final game of today's quadruple header coming up next.